Hello, my dear Sagittarius. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I'll be doing your reading for September 2019. The first card we have here with the shuffle is the World. The World is a fantastic card to have in that it is significant of a new beginning of a new cycle, an end of an old one, okay? A very particular card to have in that we have all the fixed signs, therefore there's a fixity in this change and there is an unwavering in this change. Something is going to end, something is going to begin, and it is indicative of a number of energies, including Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and in a way Sagittarius as well. I take this entity here as both Virgo and Sagittarius, bringers of great change, excuse me. And walking through the portal. This is the portal, the gateway. The wreath is symbolic in the occult of a grand boon and is used in Christmas, for example, which is your season for a type of breakthrough or like coming from one world to another. Okay, so it's a new world, new revolution, and this has to do with this energy here, which is right below the World, and it is the Imperatrice, which is the Empress. Okay, this is Athena in Greek mythology. It has to do with great wisdom and being alone, and perhaps being alone and empowered in a certain way in which you can grow in your own power. Okay, it's sort of a misapprehension that being alone is very weak in certain ways, especially with relationships and having to deal with growth in relationships. It's seen as the Empress needs to be in some sort of like union with someone, but no, in actuality the Empress is actually a lot more fruitful when she has a number of suitors, when she has a number of people lining up for her in a way. Okay, also if you're into ancient mythology, there were a lot of priestesses and they were dedicated to Diana as well as men, and they were people that were holy in a way. They wanted to be alone so that they can feel the ecstasy of relationships with higher ups, godheads, and people like that. Specifically, Artemis or Diana are tied to the moon as well, so there could be some great secret that you find in your solitude and in your growth, as in with the waxing of the moon. This next moon cycle that's coming up in the beginning of September, there's a new moon, might help you come into some form of enlightenment, especially because here, right below it, we have this energy, which is, as you can see, the Emperor, which is the Emperor. Okay, there's a divine pairing here that comes with change. Okay, so when this change comes, there's going to be certainly a type of intense pairing, divine masculine feminine energies here, the romantic sort of pairing between two very willful people. Okay, this has to do with kinship, intelligence, stability, power, conviction, and authority. Okay, so there is something about a relationship that is very complicated for you. And there's something about that relationship that is going to go through some form of revolution, okay? Between divine masculine and feminine, okay? And as you can see here, both the characters, both Diana and this guy, which is the Emperor. So think of Taurus or Aries, anyone who is good with control or control issues. The Empress is all about growth and prosperity, abundance, as well as childbirth and child rearing. This could be in a physical, literal, or metaphorical sense. They're both here, as I was mentioning, they both have shields, okay? And one follows the other. The Empress, or the Emperor follows the Empress here. And there's a divine pairing. Work both ways, but the point is that there's a shield, there's a sense of battle here happening between the two kingdoms in which an emperor rules and a matriarch rules. So there's a battle between patriarchy and matriarchy here as a theme for this world change. There's something about the dynamics of the power in a certain relationship that are going to shift, or perhaps one may be more empowered than the other, or perhaps there can be an equilibrium between the two. But someone's got to give, and one way or another, the darkness has to go, so to speak. There's something about this relationship in which there are elements that need to change so that new earth and new fertility can be had. I read you as more the Empress energy. Okay, so stick to wisdom, stick to grace. Let go of control, because you deserve to be worshipped and to be given, in a way, the fruit of your own labors, and given the power that you deserve. With the Emperor, I find him, yes, powerful, but he is sort of self-made. Okay, self-endowed. He earns through conquest. With the Empress, it's more like she is gifted because of like the higher ups, because of her relationship to the Hierophant, or the relationship to the magician, or the relationship to any of the knights. Okay, they give homage to the Empress energy. Okay, as well as all the kings. Okay, but with the Emperor being there, there's a bit of contention. There's a bit of a power play that's going on. So be careful in the month of September. Also, we have here the what came up for you in the shuffle was the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, fantastic card, in which there is endless creativity, manifestation, powers of invention, enterprise. These are all things that you, Sagittarius, will be endowed with. New beginnings, origins, birth, family heritage, money, inheritance. All of these are really important. Also be careful, because there's an element of fire, which is a destruction, but also creation at the same time. Think Shiva-like energy. Okay, this has to do with a new beginning, which you are coming into strength or power of some sort. Think of all the labors of Hercules with this card, La Force, and it denotes strength, energy, courage, being very gracious in a way, action and art. Okay, at the same time, be careful, because a lot of your actions may come off as extremely fiery in nature. Therefore, there might be a difficulty leveling with others. There might be a hostility. Okay, also we have here the Chevalier d'Épée, which is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is all about, as you know, fast communication and sort of flightiness. Okay, it also denotes skill, mastery, and perhaps disputes with other people. Okay, so there might be that contention between the Empress and the Emperor. There might be some sort of contention that you have to worry about, or be careful about. Be careful how you choose your words, how you project yourself into those situations. Okay, that's the pre-shuffle, and now I'm going to go ahead and do an intuitive read with the Book of the Dead. Okay, so this has been a common motif for a lot of my readings in September with the Book of the Dead. It came up in a number of other readings. There is a great need for you to ascend some sort of hierarchical ladder. This ladder could also be spiritual, but it has to do with commitments and your work, as well as your career and your goals and ambitions. You're scaling something, and you're able to use, with the Queen of Pentacles energy, your own sort of grace, and the way you scale the ladder, the Jacob's ladder in particular. Okay, this is after you were able to go into a state of like prostration. You had to restrict yourself in some way so that you can feel the energies of the world around you and the universe, and how it was leading to something, some sort of new philosophy, and you're ready to step out of this feeling of being like closed off and held, so that you can learn a new philosophy. All right, so when it comes to this ascent, there's going to be a great deal of restriction and isolation. Okay, when you're doing this, a lot of it actually. And this has to do with your mind. Your mind is going to be restricting you in certain ways, but there's something that you need to get rid of, some sort of new thing that is coming in the form of a metaphorical death. Okay, and when this happens, a secret will come. The secret has to do with you needing a bit more isolation to find out how to go over the many choices you have, to see what to choose and how to go forward. Okay, when you're moving forward, you're going to need an element of balance, how you balance your time out and how you balance your energies out in order to unleash an emotional wealth inside of you that will help you come into some sort of secret truth about a new state of being. Okay, you're looking for some sort of, oh yeah, well, once this happens, I think you will be able to find some sort of commitment to a type of relationship, or be it business or relationship with love or relationship with family, anything that has to do with some sort of like legitimate relationship. Okay, but it's only, you can find your happiness only if you find that secret that will unlock your heart and what you want to choose in order to feel emotionally fulfilled. Okay, but it's not going to be an easy month, and the scaling of the ladder, like I said, it's hierarchical. It has to do hierarchical, so it has to do with structures in society. It also has to do with your own sort of spiritual levity, your ascent into some sort of higher grace. Okay, now, you went into the last month has been you going into some sort of hibernation, and then in this, you had the ability to sense and feel the world around you, and there was a secret that came out, a secret that you found through some sort of beautiful divine grace that comes in the form of motherly wisdom. Okay, it came to you, and it didn't lead you to a type of victory that you saw, that you thought, that you sought out, that you thought it would be. And there's something about you being single, or you trying to deal with individuality and trying to reform your own sort of sense of self with as it pertains to others. And it's been hard for you to see the vision of your happiness when it comes to relationships, especially to someone in particular. This could be with yourself or with somebody else. The Empress comes back, but then in reverse. Okay, so someone is mirroring you, but then in the wrong way, and that mirror is sort of turning your world around. Okay, and it's been very difficult because you saw in this person a great deal of long-lasting emotional and committed fulfillment, as well as like a future with this person, but then there was an element of fate coming in and then creating some sort of ill fate in this situation. And it's been hard for you because you've been trying to think about it, and you're trying to start something new, but it's hard because you still find that this connection is very deeply entwined with a sense of injustice, as well as a great sense of soulmate energy. Okay, so it's been a tough one in that respect. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a few more cards for advice. Okay, and we'll have to end it here, my dear Sag. Whew, intense. All right, so I'll pull from here, and then I'll pull a few from. 1 second, please. Yeah. Pulling from my Portugal deck, from Lisbon. It's a good deck. Cigana de Sorte. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the way you identify love and the convergence of love is tied to a secret that is being revealed, and it has to do with your heart and your passions. This secret comes in the form of a piece that is not, it's not through them. Okay, so you have to redefine your relationship to muses in order to come up with a structure or a secret. Okay, and the secret has to do with you not finding peace in a certain love relationship, and it's causing you to want to create a new letterhead or something like that, a new way to communicate with this person in the right way about this injustice or this like lack of peace inside of you. There's something inside of you that is not solved, and because of this, you're not able to create righteous communications of love, even though that's what you're trying to shoot for this month. Okay, and this is because there's an unhappiness with the way this person is giving love to you, and you've had to go in and heal and figure out how fate was determining how you avoided a tower moment. Okay, perhaps you're walking on eggshells right now, and anything that you can say or do, there's something about it that is very much harbored and careful, and that's important to have. But then there's something you're restricting something about how you relate to this person. Okay, and I think it's important for you to embrace your own power and to know the secrets within you, and to heal within you in order to go on and move forward with whatever you choose to do. Okay, Sagittarius, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Please have a lovely September. Peace.